Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. Sorry it's been such a long time since I made a video on my YouTube channel, but life has been crazy. I usually come along this walk, I call it the Badger Wood. I usually come here quite frequently. It's local to where I live, and 9 times out of 10 I'll come down here just for a walk, and there'll be deer out in the field just behind me. So that's what I'm hoping to photograph today. But so far it's been pretty quiet. The bird life has been pretty good. So like, I mean, I've only just got onto the footpath and you saw the all that bird life that I saw on the Merlin app. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I haven't actually seen anything yet, but I can hear so much. So fingers crossed we'll be able to find the deer. Let's go and have a look, see what we can find. There they are. I've just seen them. In fact, they've just seen me as well. So, a bit distracted by doing this. But I don't know if you can see on the far side of this field. I'll get a video or a photo for you on my camera. Right, I'm going to point with my finger. It's around about here. Okay. There's a family of female rhodo. Just judging by looking at from here, they look like brown blobs. There looks to be 3 of them, and I think they're all rhodos, but I'm not 100%. So let's get eyes on with a camera, because they're pretty switched on to me right now anyway. So it probably won't be long until they're off out of here, so I'll see what I can get. I'm not that close to them, but yeah, I didn't have to look very long, did I? Deary me. But yeah, they're still there. In fact, one of them is just having a little scratch, so they don't seem too bothered by me at the moment. So let's see. Okay, well that was easy, wasn't it? I literally took 2 steps and found the deer, and they're still over there. I was wrong actually. It was so it was 3. There were 3 deer. There was a roe buck and a 2 rhodos. So yeah, and I've just left them now. They're still over there. The buck has just settled down as he's having a rest, and the 2 does have stood up just looking around. I think they've seen me, but they don't feel threatened, so that's nice. I'll leave them to it. Yeah, it's really interesting because this time of year the roe deer are the males, so the bucks, they're shedding their antlers. They're getting rid of that velvety sort of soft antler, and getting ready for the rutting season later on in the year, for the breeding season. And obviously the does will probably be heavily pregnant at this time of year. So there's a lot to look forward to in the coming months. Spring is nearly here, and we're going to have a lot of wildlife, a lot of babies, and a lot of really cool, interesting things to be outside, hopefully trying to get images of. So fingers crossed we can find some of them this year. I'm going to try and get out and do a little bit more photography. I'm going to try and fit it in here and there where I can, but as you've probably already noticed, I'm just using a GoPro to to film this. I've got no tripod, so I'm going minimalist really. I haven't even got my strap on my camera. I've got my tiny bag, small rucksack, so all I've got is my backpack, a drink, camera and my GoPro. So I'm going minimalist. I just don't have it in me anymore to try and make crazy videos. So the aim of the video is just to come out, see what we can see and take you along with me. So I've just seen a load of birds landing on a tree just behind the bramble over there. Oh, I think that might have been a long-tailed tit. Oh, I don't know. And there's a bee. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just going to go and sit in front of the or next to the bramble bush there and see if any of those birds land on that tree, because if they do, that would be a good little spot to get a nice photograph of something. So yeah, so far I've heard loads of birds but haven't actually managed to get any photographs of any of them. So yeah, I quite enjoy just sort of standing around in one spot really and just waiting. There's something landing on that tree now, so if I was over there now it probably wouldn't be landing on the tree, to be fair, but yeah, you never know. That was a robin, actually. That was a robin. I quite like to get my first photograph of a robin for the year, so let's see. I'm just looking at those deer, they're still over there. Yeah, it's a good little spot here. So but anyway, that's where I'm heading. About 10 more steps and I'll be there. You can see here, you got some deer prints. They're roe deer prints in the mud here. I mean, this is just on the footpath, but the thing is, I know that they're in this woodland here. There's like a gate and there's a little woodland, so I see them around here all the time. There's more than just the three, so I've always got my eyes open just in case I see any more of them. Yeah, sneaky little buggers they are. Okay, so I'm here now and there's a bird at the top of that tree. Let's have a look. So that's a coal tit up there. Probably can't see it in there, but there's a coal tit up there. What I'm waiting for is this one right here. I want a bird to land in that tree, preferably on this bottom branch, like right there, because that's right in line with my camera. So that's what I'm waiting for. I don't know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. What I'm going to do is just focus now, just pre-focus my camera on that branch, get the settings ready in my camera, and then when something does land there, you know, that's it. All I've got to do is take the photograph. So let's get that all set up and see what we can get. So now we're in video mode. Obviously ISO is it's crazy, so let's get that down. We're filming in 50 frames per second, so what we do is put the shutter at 100. ISO, we're going to whack that all the way down. Don't even need, just like 200, I think it's fine. Now this is a bit awkward, but if we pull focus here, you'll see there's the branch that I want, and So now I'm looking at that histogram, I'm just sort of saying, oh, probably a little bit dark, so it might increase the ISO just by a bit. There we go, look. Right, so now we got that branch to play with. And all we need is a bird to land on there. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice branch, to be fair. But it'd be nice with a bird on it. I'll just standing here waiting for the birds on the little tree there. And I've just looked over, and those roe deer that I was photographing have started venturing out into the middle of the field. And there's actually 4 there now. So another one's appeared. So at the moment, this just sort of seems like the place to be. There's plenty of birds, like there's a little robin up in the tree over there. None of them yet have landed in this little tree. And to be honest, I'll be very lucky if they do. But yeah, I might wait around a little bit, just see if those deer get a little bit closer. So I'm just here overlooking the field where the deer are, and there's like a slight brow to the in the field, like a hill. And yeah, I mean, if I've got my camera resting on this post where the GoPro is right now, using it sort of as a tripod, you can't see the deer. But then if I lift the camera up ever so slightly, you can see their heads. You should be able to see that in the little video I've done. But yeah, they're relatively close, but they're still far enough away that they just look like little dots in the photographs. But yeah, it's great, just sitting here, standing here and watching them just chilling and grazing on the fields. So yeah, it's awesome. Oh yeah, and another thing to note is when I was walking back up this footpath, in the trees behind me, just here, literally just here, there was a blue tit and a coal tit, I think it was, just sort of having a bit of a dispute in the trees, and I managed to get a quite a nice shot of the blue tit. So yeah, that was unexpected, and had to have pretty fast reactions as blue tit there. that was bad. That blue tit landed in a perfect spot, but I was just too slow for it. So they're all in the trees above me now. But yeah, have a look at the photo and see what you think. Dear God, I am so glad that I put my wellies on. it's still so muddy out here, it's ridiculous. But yeah, the deer are just resting up in the middle of the field in the little dip, so you wouldn't even know, if you're walking down here now, you wouldn't even know there's deer there because there's a little dip in the field. So I'm going to leave them to rest up. I'm going to leave this little tree that was unsuccessful for today anyway, and I'm going to just walk on through the badger wood and see what we can find in there. I don't expect to see any badgers, it's far too late in the day now. Usually badgers might come back later on, like not today, like another day, this month or next month, see if I can see any badgers, because that's what I've been up here before and I've seen badgers, so that's why I call it the badger wood. But yeah, it's I just saw I can see those deer again, one of them standing back up. But yeah, it's so far so good. I've hardly gone anywhere. This is the thing about wildlife photography, it's great, I think, when you get out, and what I like to do is just go and sort of stand around and let the wildlife come to you, because sometimes you just want to be everywhere, you know, you just want to be everywhere and you get FOMO, but it's good to just sort of try and take in what's around you, and often you'll see more if you just sort of stand in one spot for a long period of time, listen to the birds and see what you can see. So yeah, enjoying it today. It's been pretty good so far. Alright, so I've just transitioned from the field area, which is just behind me over that way where the deer were, and I've now come into this woodland, which if you come here in the evening, you'll often hear tawny owls. I've never seen them, but they're in here, definitely in here. So lots of woodland birds, The badger set is down over that way, and we've got another field behind me just here. So I'm going to pop up. This is always like a little bit of anticipation. You go and have a little look, see what's on the field. Sometimes you might see a deer, you might see a badger, a fox if you're lucky. Foxes seem to be pretty elusive in this area. They're very rural is the word I'm looking for, not urban, and they don't like people at all, so you only ever see a glimpse of them. But yeah, as you can see at the moment, there's not a lot in this field. You never know, there could be something over the brow, but we're going to go in the woodland and see what we can see in there. So yeah, let's go. So I was just stood here in the woods listening to the Merlin app, and you can see, just standing here, I've already heard green woodpecker, dunnock, jackdaw, blackbird, robin, blue tit, great tit, blackcap and a wren. And I was just looking out for the woodpecker. He's over here somewhere. I was looking up at this tree up there. Now you probably can't see it, but it's around here. I'll show you a photo. But I thought it was a tawny owl and I thought I struck gold. But yeah, have a look at the photo and you'll see what it is. It's just a tree, so yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, I haven't heard that woodpecker for a while, so let's grab the camera. And head on out and see what we can find. Welcome back to the channel, guys. There's that woodpecker. Not today. Oh hello, a tree has decided to block my path, or at least tried to anyway. Yeah, that's come down, completely blocking this path there. You can see. That seems a bit dodgy, but I'll just get underneath it. Oh. Okay, well, we live to tell the tale. Thank goodness. Actually, this is where I came up here at sunset once, not too long ago, and there was in this field just behind me here, there was a roe doe in the golden hour sunlight, and it was just like perfect. I couldn't believe my luck. I had my camera with me, and I got such a great shot. I mean, I love it. It's one of my favourite photographs I've got of a roe deer. I'll show that to you now. But yeah, it's sometimes you're walking along here and and there's nothing here, you know, but then other times you'll get deer just on the path over there. So you've always got to have your wits about you. You never know. You just never know what's going to show up. Look, the bluebells. There's bluebells there. I don't know if you can see them, but the bluebells have arrived. So yeah, amazing. Another sign of spring is here. Oh, when you come down here and it's full spring season, this woodland is absolutely covered in bluebells. It looks amazing. So I've always wanted to get a photo of a fox or a badger in the bluebells, but it's just never been right. Like, 'cause over here there's like a little stream down there, and on the other side's a bank, and there's a badger set. And I got some photos of it once and a video of it collecting grass and bits and bobs to take into the set for bedding. And yeah, that was amazing watching it do that. But yeah, those bluebells, they're on their way. So yeah, that's something else I'm gonna try and do this year, to get down here when the bluebells are in full swing. It's so dark in there. I'm shooting on I've got out in the fields where I've actually got sunlight. I'm still having to shoot on 5000 ISO, you know, 800 shutter speed, and then aperture of 5.6. I'm right all the way down because it's just so overcast at the moment that there's no light, there's no natural light getting through really. So like in the woodland, it's just really dark, and it's so hard. It's really challenging conditions in order to get nice shots with the camera. But yeah, again, with little birds, small birds, they fly so fast, you want to have your shutter speed up. And the thing is, it's just not even when they're flying, it's just the way they hop and move around. They're so fast that to get a nice sharp image, you want to have a nice fast shutter speed. But in order to have a fast shutter speed, you kind of need the light. But because I don't have the light, I'm obviously having to put my ISO up a lot, and then we're getting those really grainy images. But yeah, it's fine. I've had some pretty good shots of blue tit, I think it was, and the great tit's been around. They're really hard to photograph, I think. But yeah, I've managed to get a couple of photographs of the great tit, I think it was, and got some nice long distance shots of the roe deer off in the field as well. So but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna just wrap up the video now. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my walk, see what I can find. If I do get anything, I will upload it onto the video so you can see. But yeah, this is just a quick one, a quick little getting back into wildlife photography for me, and saying hello. I'm still out here, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try and do some more videos, but I mean, they're all going to be pretty poor, pretty bad, a little bit like this one. I'm going minimalist. I'm not lugging around a big vlogging camera and microphone with me, so sorry if you can't really hear what I'm saying, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, it's all about just getting out there, really. That's what it is. That's what it's all about, getting out here and enjoying nature. I've just seen some birds land in the gorse over here. I don't know what they are, so I'm gonna have a quick look, see what that is. Apart from that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.